Hi, my name is Jim. I'm with Temple Baptist Church, and we invite you to come and join us at Temple at 8 a.m., 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, 6 p.m. on Sunday night, and 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. If you don't have a church home, come and join us here at Temple and grow in your relationship with God. You know, from time to time, we're all put in situations that we can't believe that we're in the middle of. And there was a group of women, one of them, her name was Mary Magdalene, and she found herself in the middle of a situation that she simply couldn't believe what was happening right before her eyes. Even though that she had been told this was what was going to happen, she couldn't believe it. You see, Mary was one of the women after Jesus was crucified that helped to take his body to a tomb and helped to lay his body in that tomb, to wrap him in some cloth, as was the tradition, and to place Jesus upon a table within that tomb so that he was prepared, his body was prepared just to be there. She left, but 3 days later she came back, and what she found was that the stone that guarded the opening to that tomb had been moved, and as looking in, she didn't see the body of Jesus, but she saw, according to Mark, she saw a young man dressed in a long white robe, and the young man said to her, "He is not here, he is risen. The Jesus that you look for, he's no longer here. He's alive, and he is risen. He is gone." And then this young man says, "Go and tell his disciples, he is risen." The greatest news of all, he is risen. You know, he is risen could never have been said about anybody else. You couldn't have said it about any man that has ever lived. None of the presidents, none of the most prominent people that have ever lived, none of the richest people, none of the poorest people that have ever lived upon the face of the earth. Could you say, he is risen? Only Jesus, risen from the dead. Here we find this particular passage where he says to her, "Do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. Go, tell his disciples." And she went and told his disciples, and you know what? They could hardly believe it themselves. But Jesus appeared to them. Later that day, he not only appeared to Mary and to some of the other women, but then he appeared to two men on the road to Emmaus. Then later he appeared to the disciples that had gathered in a home. And then the Bible says that he appeared to over 500 at one gathering. Jesus is risen. That's the greatest news, the greatest assurance that you and I can have today or any day during our lives, that he is risen and we can have a relationship with him. I hope that you have a relationship with the risen Lord. If not, then make today that day that you say, "Jesus, I need you. Forgive me, change my life, and help me to be the person you want me to be." We love you, and we want to help you grow in your faith. Join us at Temple Baptist Church.